Hey guys, it's Caleb at Prehired again. We're doing another pre-hired success story. Today we got Sam Shelley with us, and he's in New York, and he's just got hired to one of our partner companies at Prehired. Sam, can you talk about your background a little bit and what job were you doing before Prehired?
Yes, my background really quick was I was in tech for over 20 years, like big data. That's what I was doing. But unfortunately, life happens. My parents got sick and they eventually passed. So I was the only child. So it sort of threw life in a whole upheaval. So it was like, all right, I was living in the Philadelphia area. Now I moved to New York, reset life. And then when I came here, it's like, all right, I just need to reset life. So I just took a part-time job and I'll figure things out. Well, 2 years later, I figured things out and got my path going again.
Awesome, man. So can you talk about like what were your biggest career struggles before you found Prehired?
Well, my biggest struggles was like after like the tech world and just doing these odd part-time jobs for a little while, just trying to sort out life was like, okay, where am I going? Then somehow I came across Prehired and I'm like, oh, I've done part-time jobs in sales and I really like that. And I like tech. How can I marry the two together?
Awesome, awesome. Now, did you try to solve those struggles before you found Prehired?
Well, I was looking around a little bit, but I really didn't know how to get into the tech space. I applied to some places, but I wasn't getting anywhere. And even, Josh talks about in some of these videos, you can probably do it yourself. It might take a year, 2, 3 years to figure it out. But it's like, no, I want something now quick that can get my life restarted in 2020.
Absolutely. So you did find Prehired. What were your biggest hesitations about signing up for Prehired?
Well, of course, it's always financial, the ISAs, the money, it's always the big thing. But the thing is like, well, you got to take that leap of faith in yourself. If it was that cut and dry, everyone would be doing it. So it's like, all right, let me take this leap of my faith in myself. And I've looked at all the testimonials and everything I could because I love research. And it was like, there's some people getting some really good successes here. So I need to take that dive in and just take that leap of faith, and it paid off.
Can you can you talk a little bit more about what helped you overcome those hesitations and take that leap of faith?
Well, I've always been a little bit of a risk taker, but I was really looking at this one. I really looked at all the testimonials and really reviewed. And you can take a certain amount of the course before you're actually locked in. So I was taking some of the course and I was reading the testimonials like, this stuff is really good. And I just kept diving deeper and deeper into it. And turned out really, really well.
Awesome, Sam. And how long did the program actually take you?
Well, to actually get through all the videos and all the course material took about a month. I said around a month. Then it took probably about another month for the certification because it fell around the holidays, and that always slows things up. But that's what I really liked with Prehired was they give you all the materials, but then with the certification, like, okay, prove that you know what you learned. So that's what's really good about it. You can get these certifications, but there's no proof. With all the questions that you would ask there, like, oh, go show me how to do this, go do this. Let me see how you do a sales call. Let me see how you do a sales meeting, and really prove that you know what you're doing.
The proof is in the pudding, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So, Sam, what did you enjoy most about the program?
Well, I love learning all the new technology. I really loved learning all the different tech stacks. But one of the things I really thought was interesting was like the psychology of sales. Like, actually, I thought that was really good how Josh really dived into the psychology of sales, the mindsets needed, and really the attitude that you need for this program, because that same attitude is what's going to make you successful in this career and life in general.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything you feel could have been better about the program?
Well, if I really think about it, if anything could be a little better, only thing I really saw with the program is sometimes the structure in the videos could have been a little bit different. Sometimes it jumped around a little bit and you had to go back and forth and just, it's sort of like, because I know the material is always updating. So I guess it's hard to keep that sequence in line. But so sometimes the sequence gets a little off, and that's just the way the course is. It's not static. That's what's good. The course isn't static. It's dynamic. So yeah, of course, in that dynamic state, it's going to have some flux.
Absolutely. Let's get to the fun stuff. So, can you tell people about your specific results on your job search and, ultimately, what was it like getting hired?
Yeah, so the job search, it was good. I was following the process of interviewing for these companies, getting interviews, which when I was doing my own thing, applying to the companies, it was always crickets. I would never really get anything back. because unfortunately, because of my age, there is ageism. So I was never really getting any kind of responses. So following this process, I was getting the interviews. I was getting the interview. Like I'm applying to places and just immediately getting interviews was a little bit strange because I'm used to constantly crickets. So it was nice that I was getting those.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sam, lastly, what would you say to anyone who's maybe been following us for a while, but they're still on the fence about getting started? Like, what would you say to someone like that?
Sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith in yourself, that this mind is always saying, you can't do this can't be true, all these kind of stories. But really the biggest challenge is that you are the obstacle. It's really your own mindset and your own stories getting in the way. And what you see behind me is an elephant, which represents, that's the remover of obstacles.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Sam Shelley. Sam, we really appreciate you being with us here today. I know you're extremely busy at your new job now, so we really appreciate you taking a little bit of your time and being here with us and sharing your story.
All right. Thanks, Lakeva.
Thank you, Sam.